Hey guys, Jake here. I am doing a video review on Elite Force MP5 mid-caps. Now, I got most of my mags, all of these mags, from e-Vike or AirsoftStation.com. Airsoft Station sells them for $5.95, which is a great price. e-Vike was selling theirs for like $2.50 because they were on sale. They were marked off. So I got two from e-Vike and the rest were got from Airsoft Station previously. Now, I lost one on the field, sadly. I don't know how I lost it. Well, I know how I lost it, actually. I don't know where. I know the field, but I don't know exactly where to go back and find it. I tried to, but no luck. But I am using M4 magazine pouches on my JPC, and they keep just flying off. My magazines keep flying out of the pouches, so I have to figure some way to keep them in there without having to buy MP5 magazine-specific pouches. So first of all, like I said, these retail for about $6. I got mine for on sale at e-Vike, and I think e-Vike still has them on sale. So this the date is December 9th, I think is today. Let me go and check that. December 9th, 2015. So if you go on there, they should still be in stock and on sale. They were an incredible deal. I don't know how many they have, so I just got two because that's really all I needed. I probably should have gotten another one, but you know, I have 9 total now. So, these are the Elite Force magazines, and these are unnamed ones. I got these used, and I think these are either Cyma or King Arms. I'm leaning towards King Arms, but I've never handled either one. But I know King Arms and Cyma do sell plastic mid-caps, or at least mid-caps. I think they're plastic. These are plastic. These are made of a better finish than the Elite Force ones. They're not glossy. They're kind of a matte black, and the spring system is a lot better. See here, there's a pin holding this top portion on, which is a much better system. Okay, so if you get a jam in there, you pop this pin out and pull that plug out and pull your spring out. Okay, so I like these magazines better. Whereas the Elite Force ones, it has this top portion here that is round. So you stick a screwdriver in there and you turn it and then release it. But as you can see, it's not that easy. So it just tears it apart. And I have not been able to get this thing released. So I ended up having to use an unjamming rod to unjam it, pushing it down here and unjamming it. This magazine here is one that's not as good. This thing is cracked, so I had to tape it to hold it together. And the feeding is not the best. All of these magazines feed fine. Now the setup on my MP5. This thing runs at 35 rounds a second with an 11-1 LiPo. My 11-1 LiPo in here is actually starting to die. It's out of juice, and I ordered a new LiPo charger. So it's starting to die. I'm not going to use it anymore because I don't want it to die completely. You cannot let LiPos die all the way. So I am waiting until my LiPo charger comes. I will charge it up, and I will actually have a video coming out on this YouTube page where I will be mag dumping. I will probably do a mag dump on semi, a mag dump on full auto, and then I will probably even let my brother shoot it because my brother is coming back from college. He's going to videotape it. He'll probably take it. He may take it with my iPhone. I'm not totally sure. Probably just so I can get the upload done really quickly because I can literally upload from my iPhone within 5 minutes. Whereas with my Contour, I have to download it onto the computer to view it, and then it tends to be a lot longer. And it's a lot darker outside this time of year, and the Contour does not pick up darkness. It's very light sensitive. So I will probably just do it on my iPhone. I'll have my brother take it. The iPhone 6s has some pretty good camera footage in any sort of lighting conditions. So I probably won't be using this magazine on that test, but this magazine is usable. But these 8 are my main. This is mainly what I will use. This magazine will feed fine on semi-auto, but it's iffy on full auto. All these magazines feed fine, though. They all hold about 90 to 100 rounds. In fact, Elite Force magazines are marked. Down here it says 95, and that is cool, whereas these unnamed ones don't say anything in that little gap. So it's kind of cool that it says 95 there to let you know how much it holds. As far as the magazine's durability, they are plastic. It's more of a ABS plastic. There's a seam going down the middle. As far as durability, I've thrown these on the ground multiple times, especially this one to get it unjammed. It did crack, but it took a long time to get it to crack, and the tape will hold it. Okay? Like I said, the magazines hold 95 to 100 rounds, so the magazines don't hold a whole lot of ammo, so you may run out. But what about feeding, you may be asking? That's pretty much the number one question asked when you're talking about magazines, how do they feed? These magazines feed great. When I had the SRC MP5 or Elite Force, it's OEM by SRC though, this is an Elite Force competition. Now there's nothing Elite Force inside of this gun. I took the old gearbox and actually used the shell from my M4, which I is actually taken apart because I'm waiting for a MOSFET. It'll be here in 2 days on Friday, so I will be making a video on that MOSFET. I will show you, I'll be going over the internals on that gearbox and just showing you what's on the inside of it, because you guys have seen plenty of videos of it firing, so I'm going to kind of show you the little bits and pieces I have inside of it and why it works so well, and I will also talk about that FET that I get, and then I also will have a short shooting test with the FET once it is installed. It'll be a different video. So nothing inside of this gun is stock SRC, meaning this thing shoots really dang fast. So the SRC MP5 out of the box, or OEM, it's OEM by SRC, so that's what I'm just going to refer to it as. It got 13 rounds a second on a 9.6, and the magazine's fed flawlessly. This gun shoots 35 rounds a second with the 11-1. Now, I do have a 7.4. This is a friend 7.4, and it chronos at 25 rounds a second. With this magazine, I have tested it feeds flawlessly, absolutely flawlessly, at 25 rounds a second. And no stock MP5 is going to be shooting over 25 rounds a second out of the box. There arguably some could get right up to 25 rounds a second, but none are going to be shooting over that, guaranteed. And some, in fact, some of them only get like 20, which is not very fast. But if you do upgrades on your guns, but if you're talking about a stock gun, any stock gun is going to run these magazines fine. 35 rounds a second is pretty dang fast for an SSG. 35, I've heard the fastest anybody could get on an SSG, I heard reports of 45. But I have a friend that I've talked to, and he said the fastest he's ever been able to get it is a little bit above 35 that feeds. So this is at 35, and it feeds fine. The magazines do. They don't feed perfect. They feed. There will be one or two or three dry fires per mag. When you start spamming on full auto, you'll hear a few dry fires in there because it skips. Okay, I don't get double feeds or where I have to take the magazine out and reinsert it. So these magazines are really nice. They only hold 95 rounds, so that's not as much. But as far as feeding, they feed great. They are very light because they're complete plastic. One gripe. This thing here should be metal. This top portion should be metal, so when you stick a screwdriver in there and go to turn it, it should be steel, so it holds up. That is the only con to these magazines that I can see. And I would pay another $1, an extra $1. I'd pay like $7 for one of these mags if it had a steel plate on the top. Okay? Because then it would be easy to service. Magazine fitment in magwells. These Elite Force magazines are pretty tight. The unknown brand magazines are pretty tight as well. So magazines and MP5 magwells tend to be fairly tight. You can't just hit the button and it doesn't drop out. You actually have to pull it out. That's how it is with most magazines. Okay? So you pull it out. Okay, so they fit pretty good. No wobble when the magazines are in. Here's an Elite Force one. There's a tad bit forward to backward. Just tiny. Like, it's not even noticeable. Like, not even, I can almost not mention it because there's hardly any play there. It's hard to hold the gun still when you're holding it with one hand as well, one arm. So yes, magazines, I recommend them. They are dang cheap. They feed really, really well. So if you have a gun that's under 35 rounds a second, which generally people do, the fastest MP5 I've ever seen somebody use was an SMP system. And he was like 30 rounds a second. So if you're using an SMP of some sort, or like a Polar Star, or some sort of HPA system, that's when you might get feeding issues. But like I said, mine's at 35 and it feeds fine. But if you're talking about any stock AEG, or any even HPA that shoots around stock rate of fire under 30 rounds a second, because some stock guns will get above that, pretty high, with 11.1s. But generally, the average person is going to be using probably a 9.6, 7.4, and probably going to be getting 15 to 20 rounds a second on their rifle, MP5s, and this will feed, like I said, up to 35 rounds a second. I have no feeding issues. I can't talk about above that, because I could imagine there would be feeding issues above that rate of fire, but the 1 to 3 dry fire or misfeeds per magazine on full auto does not bother me. On semi-auto, I have never got a dry fire. It feeds fine. So I really do recommend the magazines. Website-wise, Airsoft Station, they sell them, and Evike. Evike shipping, if you're local, if you're in California, go by there, or go, even California is a big state, so I'm not exactly sure where not their warehouse is. I'm not sure if their warehouse is where their storefront is, but in that, it's a big state, so you might not even be close to it. But even if you're ordering in the state, or like the next state over or something like that, shipping will probably be a little bit cheaper. I'm not sure how they deal with that, but from across this country, I'll tell you, their shipping is pretty expensive and it's slow. Airsoft Station is closer to where I am, and their shipping is a little bit cheaper. So, and also it depends on coupon codes and shipping codes, shipping, sometimes if you're over a certain amount that you get free shipping. It depends on, what website you're looking at, but generally I like Airsoft Station, but Evike also has their pluses because they carry a lot of stuff. So, sorry for the ranting, but if you have any questions, comment below. I really do recommend the magazines. Stay tuned for probably about 8-9 days from now. I will have a video up of mag dumps with this. As soon as my LiPo comes, I will plug this LiPo in and charge it, and then to get a shooting test to you the next day. Or same day, depends on what time it comes. But, the shipping is coming FedEx, so it'll probably take a while. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's obviously Thursday, and then there's Friday. And if I don't get it by Friday, sorry guys, you'll have to wait till probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. I don't know. FedEx could suck. I haven't gotten shipped a product through FedEx in years, so I don't know, guys. But anyway, stay tuned for more videos, because there will be a mag dump test on this, and a chrono and everything. I may chrono it during that video. I'll probably just chrono it on semi and then do a mag dump test, because I guess I could show you the rate of fire too with the chrono, but I'll probably not want to shoot that much and just do, FPS test on the chrono and then rate of fire test just shooting at targets. So, if you have any questions, comment below, guys. See you later.